Hey, thanks so much for stopping by. I have a favorite fermented food that I just love so much, and I'm wondering if you like it as much as I do. That fermented food is sauerkraut, and I have lots of different ways that I like to incorporate it into my meals. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll know that I have a goal to always include probiotic foods with every meal. We don't always stick to it perfectly, but it is really nice just have that goal, and then that way they are included on a very regular basis. So my hands down, one of my top favorite fermented foods. It's really hard to choose just one favorite, to be honest. I think kefir is right up there on par with sauerkraut for me, just because it's incredible. But in this video, I'm talking about sauerkraut. So I have lots of different ways to incorporate sauerkraut into meals that is delicious. It's really easy, and some of them are just including it alongside different foods that I'll show you, but there's other ways to actually incorporate it into different dishes and foods that can make it really fun. Sauerkraut is just great because it adds variety, it adds flavor, texture, and then of course all those benefits that it's so famous for. I'm sure that you know what I'm talking about. The amazing probiotic benefits. It has more nutrients in it than just unfermented cabbage, because that fermentation process actually enhances those nutrients. It helps with digestion. It's a wonderful, like one of the best sources of very highly bioavailable vitamin C. It's just really, really amazing. So of course, it makes total sense to try to want to include it as much as possible and to make it really, enjoyable to include. So I'm going to show you my favorite ways to include sauerkraut into meals, some more standard ways, some unexpected ways. So I hope that you enjoy. Method number one is something that I have showed on my channel quite a bit before, and that is just having the sauerkraut alongside whatever you're having, just as a condiment. So one of our favorite ways to do this is with dinner. So really any type of meat, you can just have it alongside. It's just such a great flavor enhancement and digestive support and everything when you're eating a standard dinner with meat and vegetables and different things like that. But it's also really great for breakfast. So when we have one of our breakfasts that's eggs cooked whatever way we want, some breakfast meat like bacon or sausage, and then we'll have oftentimes some sourdough alongside, then sauerkraut just goes really nicely with these proteins. So we just enjoy a big ol' helping of that right alongside our eggs and sausage, and it is delicious. So that's the way we most often have sauerkraut with breakfast, but sometimes people will mix the sauerkraut into the scrambled eggs after cooking. That's another thing that you can do. And if you are a fan of avocado toast, you can sprinkle some sauerkraut on top of the avocado toast before enjoying it too. So those are some other fun breakfast ideas. All right, I'm getting ready to make some lunch here. I'm going to be doing a grilled cheese sandwich, and I'm going to show you how I incorporate sauerkraut into those. So I have my cast iron skillet heating here. I'm just going to slice some of my sourdough bread. Here we go, and then just, your basic sourdough grilled cheese sandwich here. I'm gonna butter each side of my bread. I always have to restrain myself when I'm buttering for grilled cheese. You need just a thin layer to coat it. I'm always used to slathering it on super thick, like how I eat butter on bread or toast, but don't need to do that this time. Okay, so I got that one in there. We will butter this one so that's ready. It's time for it to go in. And then I'm going to slice my raw cheddar, getting down to the very end of my block, so it's kind of challenging to slice. Okay, our pieces are mangled, but they're here. It'll all be melted and taste good in the end, no matter what it looks like right now. Now, when I do these melted sandwiches, if I have some leftover roast in the refrigerator, maybe chicken, beef, even lamb, pork, anything like that. I like to add that on these. I don't have any of that today, so I'm not doing that today. But if I have it, I do really like to add that. And then for the sauerkraut, so if I was using meat, I would add that now and then put the sauerkraut after. But since I'm not using any meat, I'm just gonna put this right on top of the cheese. So we just kind of add it in there. So you might be wondering, do you lose the benefits of your probiotics when you heat sauerkraut? So it depends how hot the heat is. In something like this where you're melting cheese and it's getting hot enough to melt, you might lose some. I personally think that it's not quite hot enough to kill them all, since it's on the innermost part of the sandwich. It's not outside touching the hot pan. It's just enough warmth to melt the cheese. So I'm thinking that you probably don't kill them all. Even if you do, even if you were having sauerkraut in something that was hot enough heat to kill all the probiotics, it's still beneficial. So you don't have to worry about that. Just be mindful that if you're really wanting live probiotics, just be careful with your heat. And some of my other ideas that are coming up, I'll talk about that a little bit more as well. But as soon as that one side is good to go, which I'm thinking it probably is, we just go ahead and flip it. Lowering my temperature as my pan heats up here. Another reason I love cast iron, it heats up so quickly. Very nice even heat too. I may want to flip this back over and go on the other side a little more. I like it a little bit more golden than that, I think, but we'll let this other side go. So of course you can do other types of, you know, things along the same line, similar to a sandwiches, like maybe a wrap, maybe like a quesadilla type of a thing, and you can add sauerkraut into that with the melted cheese. You can do cold wraps, cold sandwiches, of course, and add the sauerkraut into those, and then it's not heated. It's really delicious that way. Other ways that you can incorporate sauerkraut into your lunches are if you're having a bowl, so like a salad or like a taco bowl type of a grain bowl type of situation with maybe rice and vegetables and meat and stuff, you can add sauerkraut into those. If you're doing like especially like a pork or a fish taco bowl, sauerkraut is especially delicious with those. But you could really do any type of salad. It adds a really nice element of texture and flavor into those. And then if you're having soup for lunch, you can add sauerkraut right into the soup. I like to stick it right along the side inside the bowl. So like we were talking about before with heating, if you want to preserve those probiotics, you just want to make sure that you add the sauerkraut when the soup has cooled enough to where it's warm, usually so that you can eat it easily, no longer piping hot, and then it will actually retain those probiotic benefits if it's just warm. So those can be really delicious ways to add sauerkraut into your lunch in more creative ways that are not just, you know, having it alongside something on a plate, but more incorporating them into the dish. All right, this is looking really good. I'm gonna let that kind of go for just a little bit longer on that other side. That looks perfect. That's the exact amount of golden that I like on my grilled cheese. So as soon as that other side looks nice and done, we'll go ahead and pull this off. I like to kind of press on it a little bit. I don't know if you do that too, but it feels like it helps everything kind of stick. Helps the melted cheese kind of make everything stick together nicely, but I'm gonna say that's good. I'll go ahead and cut this open and see. Oop, we're falling apart. It's okay. Okay, some of my cheese was kind of thick, so it actually could have stayed on there and melted a little bit more. But since we're having sauerkraut inside there, that's actually not a bad thing, because our probiotics are preserved a little bit more this way if it's not super melted. But of course, you do the cheese as melty as you like it. That's my rule. I will still enjoy this. All right, and here's another example of how you can enjoy sauerkraut. So this one is when you have a nice nourishing, savory stew, then you can just, you know, I dished it up a little while ago, so it's got to cool a bit. It's nice and warm for eating, but it's not piping hot, so it can preserve those probiotic benefits. And then you just put some sauerkraut alongside, just like that. It really adds such a nice tangy flavor alongside the more subtle and grounded flavors of the stew. It's really delicious. And like we know, fermented foods historically were used to help enhance digestion. So when you're eating your meat and your vegetables, having that sauerkraut really helps get that fire of digestion going and helps you more easily digest your meat and things. So other ways that you can enjoy sauerkraut with other dinner recipes are adding it to tacos. It's especially good with fish tacos or pork tacos. You can also just enjoy it alongside any roasted meat. We oftentimes do that with a beef roast or a pork roast or a whole roast chicken. And then another idea is if you're having baked potatoes, you can have sauerkraut on top of the baked potatoes. That can be really tasty as well. So whatever way you decide to do it when you're trying sauerkraut with new dishes, just start with small amounts to experiment with the flavor boost that it can provide, and then you can always add more. In general, a good rule of thumb is sauerkraut pairs well with very rich, creamy, and savory types of foods. Although, don't let that limit you. Definitely try it anywhere that you think it might be good. So I would love to hear from you. If you could tell me in the comments, what is your favorite way to eat sauerkraut and what do you like to enjoy it with? I would love to hear that. I also have lots of videos on my channel about how to make sauerkraut, how to make other fermented vegetables, lots of different recipe videos and things about nourishing from scratch cooking. If you did like this video, it would mean a lot to me if you could give it a thumbs up. That really helps my channel. And if you enjoy these types of videos about nourishing from scratch meals, natural living, and slow, intentional, seasonal lifestyle, then stay tuned for more videos. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.